straight cook, you motherfucker. Make this straight cook, you motherfucker. What's good? It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trappin, man. Welcome to another dope episode of Trappin Tuesdays, man. The dopest show on the block. Our goal is to help you increase your investor confidence, to help you build legacy, but last, to help you turn your last name into an asset. So you the last one get it out the mud, and everybody behind you can get it out the market. Listen, episode 53 of Trappin Tuesdays, y'all. Let's clap for that. I feel real good about that. Got my team in the building. Man, we just come off doing something really exciting, man. I done told her we did about 8 cities, man. Back to back, came home, shot Trappin Tuesdays, hit the road again, man. And I just want to say first and foremost that I'm proud of my team. Let me say that, man. We ain't getting no trouble. We ain't had no issues with no police or nothing. Everybody was excited and everybody was serving the people. We were serving. So before we give it before we even go any further, let me just congratulate my team first. Shout out to B. B was in the building. Shout out to B for all the beautiful footage. Let's shout out B. How you feel, B? All right. Also, we got to shout out Salt and Pepper Poppy was in the building. We had George out there on the board. The whiteboard was whooping his butt. The whiteboard was whooping his butt in the street when he hung in there. Let's shout out to Salt and Pepper. Let's shout out to George, man. Then, you already know, got Jose in the building, capturing all the looks. Jose, black man, Spanish name. Let's shout out Jose. We're going to shout out El Boogie. She not here. We're going to shout out LaShawna. She made sure we ate. She made sure our hotels was booked. She made sure we were drove around the right way. And she made sure the people got their pictures, man, and their conversations. Let's shout out El Boogie. And then we definitely got to shout out Steve, because Steve, Jose, and B was making sure we had that same night footage. So let's definitely shout Steve out. Then we got to shout security. Security, you know, they wasn't tripping. Security was letting the people get their handshakes, get their hugs, get their conversation on, all while still finding balance to make sure we were protected, making sure we moved well. I want to say shout out to security too, man. And then we're going to shout out Tootie, you heard me? Because even though he wasn't dropping no tracks, he made sure we been live every week. He had the Barry White voice on inside the live. He made sure the people knew where to come to. So we gonna definitely shout out Tootie on the track. And because tonight we here, we gonna shout out Gindy and we gonna shout out Dave, because they made sure as soon as we got back home, they was in full thought. So just shout out the team. Let's just shout the team out. But last and not least, we gotta shout the most important person or persons. We gotta shout the people. Gotta shout the people, because it's because of you that we made a bold decision to come into the communities. It's because of you. It's because of you said, Trap, this is what we need. Not necessarily telling me to come in the streets, but you said what you needed from a leader. You said what you needed from somebody who had the information. You said what you needed. So I want to shout out to the people, because most of us share a dream, a common dream, a vision of an abiding faith in the possibilities and the freedom of America. We share that dream, we share that faith, we share that vision. But oftentimes the vision gets diluted. Oftentimes the dream turns into some type of economic, financial nightmare, a horror story. And as we journey from city to city with stock market in the streets, I want to say that I encountered a new experience. I witnessed personally a renewed hope in those possibilities. I witnessed the resurrection in the people's ability to take confident steps to experiencing financial freedom. I experienced the people. I experienced the joy. It's nothing like seeing a grown man who in the streets come to you and grab you and hug you and say, Trap, bro, you the realest. Not because of the street stuff, but bro, I see you on Instagram. I see you on YouTube. I listen to you every day. Never in my life that I thought I could see you in the trenches, in the depths of my community. Somebody got shot over here the other day, Trap, and I see you right here talking to me, bro. He said, bro, when I saw you on the live, bro, I was doing 80. I dipped a couple times through traffic. I just had to let you know, Trap, like, bro, you changing my life, and anywhere you go, I just want to shout out the people for a second, because doing stock market in the streets let me experience what's needed. And not even that, but I also want to shout out my little cuz, Elise, who drove from Delaware to Philly, Delaware to Baltimore, Delaware to, like, she drove. Like, everybody here is committed to the process. Everybody here is committed to the people. Everybody here is committed to a goal. And the goal don't got nothing to do with me individually. The goal don't got nothing to do with us individually. The goal have everything with saying this is where we feel like we can move the needle as as a company. We feel like we can move the needle. I felt a rejuvenation of confidence with stock market in the streets. I felt a new hope. I felt a new outlook. When you see single mothers and you see mothers with children out there and they're saying, Trap, we watch you every day. We watch you every Tuesday. We watching when you see a single father with his kids and he say, bro, it's because of you. Listen, look at the picture, bro. This me and my daughter sitting. There's a new experience that's happening. There's a new move. We gonna print some money. We gonna print some money. We gonna print some money. I felt it, y'all. Every day I went to my room, like I didn't have to go in the streets and run around. Every day I went into my room, I sat back and I replayed the experience in my head, and I replayed the facial expressions, and I replayed when I put the 5-year blueprint up, how people saw it, and by the time I started it to the time I finished it, I saw a new outlook on life. I saw a new vision for the money. I saw we breaking down beliefs. I saw we peeling back layers. I saw people saying, now we gonna execute. I saw we filled in the gap, y'all. And I ain't saying that one visit gonna do it, but what I am saying, we gotta move the needle, and what I am saying is, we gonna print the money. We gonna print the money. We gonna print the money. That's what I'm saying. I sit here knowing for a fact that this don't got nothing to do with me as an individual. I sit here knowing that my past is connected to so many people. I wasn't the only child that grew up in the crack era. I wasn't the only black man or black woman that saw somebody get shot. I'm not the only black man or black woman that was arrested or saw their brother get, like my past is connected. It's a thread that runs through the quilt of our community. Authentically styled from strife, authentically styled through uncertainty, handcrafted. But I want you to understand that every time we did stock market in the streets, I saw a thread getting cut and I saw a new beginning. Something came to my mind where it says, if you break an egg from the outside, you can end life. But you break the egg from the inside, you give new life. I feel like we went inside and we created something from within to give new life. We ain't crush it from the outside. We went inside and we gonna break the egg from inside. We gonna give new life. That's what stock market in the street is. Not only to show the possibilities, but an elevated perspective of what we can be. That's what we on right now. That's what we on right now. The future is bold. The future is bright. The future is beautiful. That's where we at right now. That's what I see. And I understand that everybody, you may look at it as some people outside learning about stocks. But for me, I looked at it as a monumentous occasion. I looked at it as a renewing of belief. I looked at it as a renewing of wealth. I looked at it as a renewing of what we can represent if we all came together on one accord. I'm talking about a renewing of printing the money. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I know we can represent. I'm talking about we encountered a new experience. I was in Chicago and one of the ladies said, Trap, I work 3 jobs. This is how I make my money. She said, I need to learn the options now. I said, no, you don't. You need to learn how to invest now. That's going to come later. I said, what happens is we start to skip steps on the journey and we wonder why we can't excel with precision. We wonder why we can't graduate gracefully. We making the thing harder than it has to be. But I understood her position because she looking at this game from a position of limitation. Limitation, the lack of belief, the lack of understanding. A lot of us, it's hard for us to think about the idea of truly building wealth because outside of us working for money being printed actually isn't a reality. And it isn't a sustained reality because we ain't did it long enough. So that's why we keep failing at the wealth game, is because we keep missing the steps. We keep failing at the wealth game because we trying to get to a place where people have been for generations. We trying to get it in 1 or 2 years. We trying to catch up with people who generationally played the game. That's one of the biggest things I got from stock market in the street. We gotta come to the realization that we are truly new to this wealth building game. We are new to this system. We are new to it. So we can't catch up with people who have been playing this for generations. We are generationally behind. So we got to stop trying to, how can I close the wealth gap? How can I increase my family's purchasing power? How can I increase my family's network? How can I initiate generational wealth? How can I initiate freedom, opportunity? How can I initiate it instead of trying to catch up? I wonder if that makes sense. I wonder if I said that the right way. Like, we are playing a game where we are only 30, 40, let me scratch that. We are about 40 to 50, let me scratch that. We are about 50 to 60 years from slavery. Somebody right now, your great-great-grandmother was a slave and she's still living. Like, she picked cotton. Like somebody right now, somebody grandmother or great-grandmother is like 103 or a 95 or a 89. Like, she knows stories. She understood. She was there when Martin got killed. When he got killed, she was in her 40s then. She was in her 50s. Listen, we ain't that far from slavery. We ain't that far from it. We just learning how to operate in this society. So what that means is we can't play catch up to some people, to a society, to a parliament that's already been running the race. We just not practicing for the race. We can't catch up that fast. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time. Now, I read this verse in the Bible, Proverbs 1:31 and 33. Now, I may not say it correct, but it says something like in the nature of, let me get it right. It says that because you stray away from the simple path, it will slay you, and the prosperity of the fool will destroy you. That's what it says. Something in that nature. And simply what I'm saying to you is, learning how to build wealth isn't hard. It's a simple game. Invest more than you save more than you spend. That's a simple path. But because you're gonna shy away from it, because you're not gonna take heed to that. But what most of us gonna chase is, we are going to chase the fool's path. And that will be our destruction. So now I'm not gonna say no names, but I'm gonna say this. We've seen rappers now, we've seen entertainers now get caught up for fraud. Millions of dollars of fraud. We've seen rappers and entertainers get caught up for drugs. But I thought the goal was to get out the street. If you a rapper, if you an entertainer, why are you still in the street talking about murder? Why are you still in the street talking about fraud. While you still in the street trying to portray a life, you misleading people, that's the fool's destruction. Now, it's easy for me to say that because now I'm 41, but when I was 21, I understood that. The experience changed my life. But watch this. This is going to be heavy, y'all. A lot of young men, kings, they dying before they can get the experience to change their life. You go into prison before you can get the experience. I came home 26, I did 10 years. I ain't had enough experience. Now, what happened if what happened if, God forbid, I would have got murdered before 41? You wouldn't have Trap. I had to go through the experiences. I had to go through the experiences. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to change overnight, but if we don't set the standard, if we don't set a new standard, if we don't set a new tone, if we don't set a new place, if we don't set a new mold for black men, then what the hell do they got forward to look to? None. Got my OG Andre Norman up in here right now. He just hit me today. He said, Trap, I'm going to the prison system in Louisiana next week. In August. He said, I'm going to Angola. I'm going to DTI. I'm going to Cottonport. I said, OG, if I wasn't on tour, I would be right with you. If you could adjust the dates, I'm in. Because I know every last one of them 3 penal systems. I know every last one of them. And guess what? We the majority. We the majority. So if we don't change it, what do you think happens if a bunch of black men know the power of investing instead of the power of selling heroin? What do you think happens if a bunch of black women understand the power of investing instead of the power of I don't want to get canceled. But y'all know, I ain't hating. I'm just saying what happens when we understand the power. Like, I'm going to be real with you. Like, when I look at the stock market, I look at a bunch of billionaires. I look at a bunch of people that's printing money every day that understand the value of putting the levers on the machine can multiply my money. I'm not saying hard work in America ain't real, but hard work in America pay the bills. Profits give you the life you want to live. It ain't, and watch this, you don't make too much profit from working a job. As a matter of fact, your check comes from the profit that the company makes. I'm gonna let that sink in. That might have went over somebody's head right quick. Your paycheck comes from the profit that the company make, but your paycheck ain't your profit, it's hard earned. Hard earned gets you a certain life. Profit gets you a different type of life. Damn, I wonder if I said that right. I wonder if I said that right. So we gotta learn we gotta pivot. We gotta pivot from hard work. Don't get me wrong, hard work should get you ahead, but it don't. Hard work actually gets you behind. Profit, it will take you to the next level. So I'm gonna ask you a question tonight. When you print the money, what's your profit? What's your profit? Episode 53, Trappin' Tuesdays. Episode 53, Trappin' Tuesdays. What's your profit? Damn, Jose, that should have been the name. What's your profit? Let's go, man. 2 day, episode 53. Give me something, bro. Let me hear what you got. Turn it up. Oh, that's spicy there. Okay. I hear him. goal, man, is to help you play the game the right way. Our goal is to help you learn how to invest. Our goal is to help you shift your mindset. Our goal is to help you create a new belief. But most importantly, our goal is to help you turn your last name to asset so that you can build legacy. That's the goal here. That's the goal here. Dopest show on the block, and I ain't saying that just to be, but it's real talk. We the vibe, we the flavor. If you're new to Trappin' Tuesdays, man, welcome home. Come have a seat at the table. If you've been here for a while, we got some leftovers because Jose been eating all day. Jose been eating all day. Let's go, man. Before we get started tonight, y'all already know we're gonna get into our mantra that's important. Because we gotta install a new belief in a lot of people. We gotta install a new belief in you. We gotta rewire how you see money. And my goal is, if you're new to us, my goal is to help you see money the way I see money. And if you don't have the belief, by the end of this show, we're gonna give you some of my belief. All right? So let's start off like this. Listen, hold up. If you in here and it's live, you need to be in the chat. Jose, man, we 26 minutes in, man. We got 2,000 people in the chat. Let's get the likes up, y'all. We can't have 2,000 people in the chat with 500 likes. Let's get the likes up. Let's get to it. All right, man. First, right? Let's go, man. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I am confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I am more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I feed myself, free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break the chains that anchored me to the poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I have turned our last name into an asset. Now, y'all know that's my favorite part. We just talked about some of y'all having great-great-grandmothers that's still here, or great-grandmothers or great-aunties that's still here. You got to show her, or you got to show your great-grandfather that the family is in good hands. You got to show them that. Before my great-aunt died, before they passed away, both of them, and one of my last conversations with them was, I got us. Both my Aunt Glo and my Aunt Nita. One of the last conversations I had with them before they went to heaven was, I got us. And in my mind, I know for a fact that they believed me. So my ancestors smile now because I have turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will a generation behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper, and Wall Street looks like us now. Woo! Let's go, baby. OG, how you feel? Got the OG up in here, man. Got the OG Andre Norman up in here. Hey, listen. If you in this live right now, I need you to go over to the YouTube. It's called Trappin' Tuesdays. It's going to be live. It's the Wall Street Look Like Us Now network. When you go over there, first, I want you to subscribe to the channel. Soon as you come in here, I need you to press like, and then I need you to say, we in here, Trap. You feel me? I need you to come over, subscribe, like, and then say, we in here, Trap. All right, man, I'm going to see y'all in the chat, man. Let's go. All right, man, we got a great episode tonight, y'all. What the hell is this going on? Instagram got all kind of new features they got dropping on the port. All right, man, so we got a lot going on today, man. We got a lot to talk about. Let me take a break right quick. This is Trap juice. Y'all see that turmeric at the bottom? Y'all see that turmeric at the bottom? Yes, sir. All right, man, so we got a lot to talk about this week. Let's get to it, man. Let's first get into the heat check. Everything was, today we had a hell of a day today. We had a hell of a day today. We trapping for sure. Listen, shout out to everybody in the chat. Eric, I see you. CDK, I see you. Amber, I see you. Jazzy Gina, Jazzy Gina, I see you. Terrell Sanders, I see you. Corey Maxwell, I see you. Larry Morgan, I see you. Zay, I see you, Zay. I see you, Zay. Jay Lynch, I see you. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Jose, we got 1,000 likes. Can we get it up to 1,500, man? Let's get to 1,500 right quick, y'all. All right, man, let's get into it. Before we get to the show today, I want to make a couple of announcements, man. Jose, we are a week away from the first show of Trappin Tuesday. Let's just let that smoke. We here, y'all. We here. Ain't no turning back now. We here. And listen, if you haven't got your tickets, August 1st, listen, y'all in the building. Houston, Texas, August 8th. We coming to the H-Town, man. You know what I'm saying? Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. We coming. You know what I'm saying? New Orleans, my city. We got to do better. I'm going to keep it real. We got to do better. We got to do better. You know what I'm saying? L.A., we out there. We outside. L.A., August 22nd. Dallas, we just put y'all on the list. And y'all got on the list, Dallas, because y'all showed up the way y'all showed up for stock market in the streets. Y'all showed up. Dallas, y'all on the list. Philly, I'm coming through. City of Brotherly Love, I'm coming through. Get your tickets to the tour. Jose about to drop the tickets in the chat. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be an experience like no other. It's going to be an experience like no other. I promise y'all that. All right, let's go, man. So today, man, I want y'all to look at the difference. So we got our heat check up. Today we had a 0.87 ratio, which means we wasn't at 1. Remember, anything under 1%, under a 1.0 ratio tells us it was a cause kind of day. It was a green kind of day. We had 3.5 million calls, 3 million puts. We understand that. Now, here's what I want you to understand, y'all. Now, I'm not going to lie. Thursday and Friday of last week was brutal. I'm going to keep it 100. Like, between Tesla and Nvidia, it was brutal. But listen, here's why. Okay, Robert Smith said we in here, Trap. No Sleep D-Max said I see y'all. Way to come through. Let's get the lights up. All right, so here we go, man. So shout out to the OG, man. Appreciate the super chat. All right, so the market is bouncing back. We kind of got some good news today. We're going to talk about some of the good news we had today. Let's go a little further. All right, so here's our heat check. Here's our heat map, man. Microsoft up 1.7%. Nvidia up 3%. Google up 1.3%. Meta up 1.4%. Let's dig a little deeper, though. As we can see, listen, I'm going to just keep it 100. We see who holding the market up. We see who holding the market up. It's the technology. Now, here's another thing. We ain't realized them boys pumping money over here now. The oil and gas industry, they pumping a little money. Chevron, Exxon, Halliburton, Oxy Petroleum. They pumping some money now. And I'm not going to say that it's time to go there. I'm paying attention to it. But July has been a pretty decent month for the oil and gas sector. It's been a good month. But also what I really want to shine some light on is, and I've been telling y'all this for some months now, don't sleep on them, the home builders. Y'all remember when we got TPH from the home builders? It's going, listen, that home builders industry, don't sleep on them. And that OIH, y'all remember we made some money off that earlier in last year. Listen, that oil and gas, that energy sector been pumping for the last month. I'm not ready to jump back in it yet. I want to see to do this quarter At least a couple months, at least another 30 days, you know, and I want to see that. And there's a good catalyst behind that, though. There's a good catalyst behind that, though. But look, financials down. Consumer cyclical outside of Amazon, they down. You know what I'm saying? Of course, bookings holding is up. We good, but look, residential, DHI, Lenore, they up. This is I'm telling the home builders going crazy. Let's go a little further. Fear and Greed Index, we was at 81 today. We kind of ran back because Thursday and Friday, I looked at it, we wasn't in greed mode, we was in fear mode, but they coming back, so we ain't mad at that. We at 81, that's high on the needle. Let's go a little further. Let's go to the recession portfolio for a second. Let's let them look at it right quick. So, let's look at it. So, watch this, y'all. As y'all can see, we done added some more plays to the list. Now, I want to say something right quick. Wait up, I got this, I wrote this down. So watch this. So everybody all right, so let me say this. Tesla, we up 24 grand on that. I looked at it over the last week, that sucker down 10% in the last week, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like to get them profits back up. 10% in the last week, they done took some profit from me. SMH back up. NVIDIA made us 2,000 a day. This one ran a day, so we down on that one, but it's gonna shake back. The Meta play shook back. We got the new Meta play in on the 310 call for February. That's doing this thing. I think we got that call tomorrow. I think that one gonna give us a good pop. I'm disappointed a little bit, but I understand it come with the game. We was up about 30% on this one play, and over just Thursday and Friday just took everything from us in the options game, but we all right. We good. Our other Meta play good. For everybody in the Google play with me, y'all saw the Google play was up, and then Thursday and Friday it went down. But watch this. Today Google reported earnings, and I wrote this down. They made a beat on the top line. They made a beat on the bottom line, meaning they made a beat on earnings. They made a beat on revenue. They made a beat on profit. Watch this. Google Cloud is up. YouTube ad money up. And acquisitions up. I like that. Earnings per share, they had a beat by 10%. And right now, Google, after earnings, is up $9. Now, all my people in the Patreon, if you in the Google play, I think it hit a high of 131. I think it's time. So my idea was I wanted to get momentum a month ahead of time going into earnings. I felt good about the earnings because I remember the last earnings calls. You know what I'm saying? So all my people in the Patreon, I think the Google play I think it's our time. I feel like it's our time. Now, it's going to be important for us because we got Facebook tomorrow. Now, we already know we want to see this. We want to see if Threads, we want to hear what the outlook going to be on Threads. We want to hear them mention that. We also want to hear the outlook on Reels. We want to see how much money they projecting to be made off Reels. We got to see that. That's what's going to drive us. Also, we want to see, watch this, monthly user activity. We want to see that up. And I think that's going to help us. Now, I'm not mad because, look, y'all, today we made $5,000 just on the thread on this call. So it ran up for us. But the market still got 1,000 for us. We got to go get that. And Apple just doing what Apple do. Like, Apple is like a sluggard. Like, you got to play the long game with it because it don't move up a lot at one time. It'll move like $2 a day, then it'll float between that $2, then it'll move $1.50 the next day, then it float for a little while. So that's why we got this called a 200. It's at 193, 194. I think we'll be all right. So overall, we're in good position with this outlook. I like it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We eight plays in, 3 of the plays up over 100%. We not mad at that. We not mad at that at all. Now, you already know, if you made money in the Patreon, let me know where you at. I mean, I need you to put the fire in there. If you're in a Patreon group and you made Apple is Apple, and if you made some money in the Patreon, if you feeling more optimistic about the Google Play now because it ran up $9, you know, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I said, ooh, that thing up $9. That's what we need right there. You feel me? So if you in here tomorrow, I see you. Let me see my people who in there in the Patreon. You made some bread in the Patreon. Let me see you. 28 Infinity, Kevin Garnett, Tori. I see y'all. I see all my Google people, all my Patreon people. Let's get the money, man. Let's get the money. Let's get the money. Show me the money. Show me the goddamn money. All right, let's go a little further. All right, so here's our buy and hold. As y'all can see, we up 27%. We still whooping the market the way that that boy got whooped last night. That boy got whooped last night, boy. Damn, that boy got whooped last night. He shouldn't have went to Japan and did that, boy. That was bad. That was bad. That was bad. I don't know what he thought. I don't know what he thought when he said, you can't never say the power not gonna matter. I heard an interview he said, the power not gonna matter. Boxing power matter, bro. Speed matter, but power matter. That boy hit him a couple times. One jab, he try to like tuck that thing. I said, ooh, that don't look good for my guy. I don't know. But that's a small weight class, 122. Anyway, here we go, man. This is our buy and hold. We got ATRK made us $500 today. Y'all know one of our favorites, CELH, that's the cellulose drink. That popped off for us today. Costco popped off for us today. Y'all see we up 15 grand up in there. Crocs popped today. They got earnings coming up. We missed 200 on them. Eli Lilly, Lockheed Martin, but we still in the green. Again, Meta made us $200. We up 10K up there. Nvidia made us 1,600. We up almost 30K. TPH, that's the home builders. We up 1,300. VTRX. So if you made money from the buy and hold and you in a Patreon, let me see where you at. If you made money from the buy and hold, if you made money from the buy and hold, you made money from the options, that's one thing. If you made money from the lottery pick, a lot of y'all in that Boise Cascade play, and y'all up about 15% in a week. If you made money from the lottery pick, let me see you in the chat. Let's go, Patreon members. How y'all doing? Let's go. Can we get in the Patreon? We haven't got it yet. All right, so let's get to our money, man. Jim Cramer and Trap finally agree. All right, so watch this. How do we get in the Patreon? Jose, drop the Patreon in the group. All right, so watch this, man. Let's get into it, y'all. So here we go. Y'all know I don't have nothing against Jim because Jim at one point was a $300 million fund manager, right? And Jim had a 24% rate of return for about 15 years. So when people be saying Jim don't know what he's talking about, you go try to run a fund for 15 years and get a 24% rate of return and show me how you look. You feel me? Show me how you look. All right, but here's what we said. Jim Cramer yesterday was asked about AT&T, and he said, walk away from it. The company is as poorly run as any company I've ever seen in my lifetime. Now, I'm going to say this. 1 week ago, I just said, am I right? 1 week ago, I just said, stay away from AT&T. Stay away from it at all costs. Yes, they have a 7% dividend, but it's trash. Why is it trash? Because the company is $70, $80 billion in the hole. The management team is trash. The industry is not growing. There's nothing about this company I want to be here for. Communication sector is not growing. The only one that's really making moves is T-Mobile from a stock perspective, from a company perspective. Stay away from it, y'all. Stay away from it. Like, it should not be in your portfolio. The company's at $14 right now. That's the same thing it was in 1993. What we doing? What we doing? That is called a dividend trap. Zay, you know they stole my Magnificent Seven. Now they on. We ain't even going. Man, don't get me started. Don't get me started on these white folks telling my stuff. I just go a little further, man. All right, so watch this. Here's what I want to show y'all. Dave, let's put that on the big screen so they can see this so I can show it to them. All right, so watch what I want to show y'all. I want to show y'all something that y'all need to see. So remember a couple weeks ago I told y'all about the NASDAQ was rebalancing, right? So right here we can see that the old NASDAQ, before that, it was Apple represented 12.1%. Microsoft represented 12.8%. And then Alphabet represented 7%. And then NVIDIA represented 8.9%. And then Meta represented 7.3%. So when they rebalanced it, right, this was another reason why you saw a lot of volatility last week, because they was rebalancing. So now Apple is still the biggest, but it's 11.5%. Microsoft is 9.8%. Amazon is 5.7%. NVIDIA 5.3%. I'm blind. Alphabet, let me see. Alphabet is 5.7%. Amazon 5.3%. NVIDIA 5.3%, 4.3%, and Meta is 3.7%. So this is another reason why you saw a lot of volatility last week in the market, is because they were also shifting positions inside of the fund. That makes sense? So in order to shift positions, you got to sell to take some money to move. And I'm going to tell you something. From 12.1 to 11.5 is a big shift. From 12.8 to 9.8, that's a big shift. That's a shift. That's enough to see you. That's enough to see your stuff move around. All right, let's go a little further. I just want y'all to see that. I want y'all to see that. Watch this, the AI effect. This is important for us, y'all. Watch this. Automation by AI is coming to the U.S. a lot quicker than many expect. 25%, listen to this, 25% of all workers with tasks in the U.S. are expected to be automated by AI. That's 25%. Y'all, I want y'all to listen to that again. 25% of all work in America is expected to be tasked by AI. 46% of all admin work tasks and 44% of legal work is expected to be replaced by AI. Is AI a revolution around the world? Of course it is. Here's what I want you to understand. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me well. The younger generation is going to be imperative that they learn how to use AI. The older generation, you're going to have to make some quick adjustments because your job ain't safe. Your job ain't safe. Not to mention, Microsoft, they just had their earnings call. The AI that they adding to their 360 thing, saying, well, they could be on a Zoom call and the AI could be on a Zoom call and suggest what they need to be talking about in the Zoom call to make it the most effective. One of the men was on CNBC today. He said he was on a Zoom call with his team. They had the AI on the call, and the AI listened to what they were saying and said, they was on a performance call, and the AI suggested that they talk more about one product on their calls, and then in the next 60 days, it increased the revenue by 12%. So watch this. Here's what I want you to understand. That is somebody's research and development job. You feel me? Like that's somebody getting paid $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year to do analysts on what team meetings. This is what we should be talking about. This is how you should be doing a sales call. Yada, yada, yada. Gone. Now watch this. If AI can increase the sales by 12% by making a suggestion, what am I paying you for? I want y'all to understand this. Yes, it will. People saying it's going to create jobs. Yes, it will. The younger generation. Now watch this, though. I want you to understand this, though. With AI now in the marketplace, your pay scale is now even more negotiable. Your pay scale is now more negotiable. So I need you to understand now why it is even more important that you learn how to leverage your paycheck. And when I mean leverage it, you better learn how to invest, and you better learn how to invest now. You better stop putting this on the back burner. You better stop saying, I'm going to learn how to you better stop saying stock market is too hard. You better stop saying learning how to invest in real estate is too hard. You better stop saying I'm going to learn it later. You better stop saying, because when you realize it, your income going to decrease drastically. And the one thing we know about America is they show no remorse for its people. The workforce is unforgiving. And it's coming faster than expected. Now watch this. If you go back to this interview, I keep telling everybody, this was the interview. I'm going to be real with you. Because when I first started talking to you about this market really heavy was after I saw this interview by Elon Musk. That man was on Joe Rogan podcast. And that man said, this phone that we have makes every human being a cyborg. He said it makes every one of us a cyborg, because everything that we put in this phone one day will be used against us. He said it. He said it could be used against us because everything we type in this phone, what they gonna do is they gonna make a machine out of it. He told us that on the show. He said, and the problem with it is man don't know how to slow down once they start making progress. Man don't know how to slow down. So once they make one robot that can do something, they want to advance the robot. So now once the robot know how to walk, they need to learn how to run. Once they learn how to run, they need to learn how to make it do jumping jacks. And then at some point, somebody going to make it waterproof so it can swim. I'm just saying. So all of the things that watch this. Now this is going to be the crazy part. This whole thing that just dawned on me. Watch this. There was a time when people was going to college to get degrees that were just useless. Right? Watch this. America's still not going to stop selling them degrees. That job that you're going to be going to college for don't even have a place in the marketplace no more. Ooh. You feel me? They're not going to stop selling them dreams. That job, that thing you going to college for. Watch this. And we already did this on episode probably 40 somewhere. We said the average college tuition, it takes about 16 years to get paid off. I can't remember what episode it was. It takes about 16 years to get paid off. So watch this. After you graduated college, on average, you're going to have that debt for about 16 to 18 years. What happens when that degree is not even much in the marketplace no more? That's heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy. All right, let's go a little further. I ain't gonna beat that up too long. I'm not gonna beat that up too long. So watch this. June 26, 36% of people were comfortable with AI. 59% of people were uncomfortable with AI. By November 22nd, 27% of people were comfortable with AI and 69% of people were uncomfortable with it. Here's why. In June 2016, it wasn't in front of their face. It was just a question. Now it's in your face and you can't do nothing about it. You see the drastic significance. Let's go a little further. How do people feel about AI by age? From 18 to 34, comfortable. Listen, from 18 to 34, 55% of the people still uncomfortable with it. Now watch this. Between 18 and 34, you're discovering your life, like what you kind of designing your life at that point. Now I'm gonna say something to everybody in here, everybody listening. Majority of the Black and Hispanic people are doing service-based jobs. About 57% of Black and Hispanic people do service-based jobs. Guess who's gonna take our jobs, y'all? Think about it. Watch this, go a little further. Stay right here though, stay right here. Ages 35 to 49, they even more threatened by it. 70%. 35 to 49, 70% are uncomfortable with it. 50 to 64, 78%. 65 and older. You know why? Because the older you get, you already understand that that's your life. But this is taking everybody by storm. But here's the thing. You in the beginning phases. You now had an opportunity to make the adjustment. You got to get in position. Now, watch this. This is where you got to start saying, how do I leverage my money? This is where you got to start saying, I need to learn the skill. This is where financial literacy start coming. This is where starting a business come. One stream of income is financial suicide. One stream of income is financial suicide. All right, listen, I ain't going to stay there too long. Go a little further. Comfort conducting certain tasks. Customer service, watch this, 66%. Diagnosing medical issues, 65%. Driving vehicles, 76%. We talking about jobs that AI coming for. They already done started the electric car driving itself. They're driving itself. Now here's the crazy part. This is the next revolution, because look, Uber and Lyft knocked the taxi off, except for New York. What happens now when Uber and Lyft say, yo, y'all won't fight about what we paying y'all? Y'all won't fight about compensation? We got our own cars that drive themselves. Ooh. Now you can't even drive Uber and Lyft as a side hustle. Ooh. What happened then? What happened then? Man, let's go a little further. Will AI make jobs easier? 21% said yes. Make jobs more difficult? 10% said yes. Replace you in your job? 18% says yes. No effect on your job? 49%. Them people lost. They out their damn mind. They being wishful thinkers. Bullshit. 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 That AI about to take their job. All right, let's go a little further, man. We ain't gonna stay there too long. All right, so let's get to our back to school plays, man. Y'all know I like to play this. I like to make y'all feel good about what we got going on. Listen. Watch this. 14% on clothing is down, 13% on technology, 20% on school supplies. We talking back to school by category. Let's go a little further. Watch this. So, back to school play, category breakdown from last year. 40% plan to make purchases online. 40% of people plan to make purchases online. That's going to be through your what? Walmart. That's going to be through your what? Amazon. Through your what? Target. Right? 40% online. Watch this. 24% school supply inflation last 2 years. 24%. Let's go a little further. Total to 12K, from K through 12, market spend. 2019, 28 billion. 2020, 28 billion. 21, 32 billion. 2022, 34 billion. 2023, 30. This is school spending. Y'all know I got to show y'all what y'all spending on these school supplies. Go a little further. Economic concerns weighing on shoppers. Less money, 51%. Higher prices, 75%. Worse finances, 31%. Weaker economy. These talking about people spending money. We talked about how the dollar being inflationary is affecting people spending money. So watch this. Even though things cost more, and even though your check is not getting bigger, the price is going up. So now you're having to make critical decisions about what you buying with your money. Now you got to buy your kids a school supply no matter what. But watch this. What if you own Amazon? What if you own Target? What if you own Walmart? What if you own the big three where people go and shop from? You will make more money from owning the company than spending money with the company. I just want y'all to understand how intricately woven that this is and what we doing. You got to buy them regardless. But your paycheck is exhausted. Let's go a little further, Dave. Back to school beneficiaries, right here. Amazon, year to date, 54%. Target, minus 10%. Walmart, up 9% on the year. Year to date changes. It's the big three. This is the big three. This is where you go and spend your money at. For this. Matter of fact, I got to check my daughter's school list today. She starts school Monday. You're going to make more money from owning where you got to spend than spending. You make more money from owning the companies. Let's go a little further. So watch this, man. So Microsoft, I had wrote this down. I said, well, this is crazy. So watch this. Microsoft has entered the war room. So the U.S. Army said Microsoft is on track to deliver its improved combat goggles. Watch this. Zay, you already know. Zay, you know at least by Friday, Zay. At least by Friday. I be doing the research and the back to school stuff, and here they come. On, you feel me? It's all good. Watch this. So the U.S. Army placed the order to order 1,000 combat goggles in 2021, 2022. That order was canceled, and now it was increased to 5,000 combat goggles. These goggles help the Army see, like, in the nighttime, but with a different type of, like, intensity. They went to Microsoft, man. This is crazy. This is a deal. Let's go a little further. Microsoft on the road. Matter of fact, let's talk about something right quick today. Microsoft beat on earnings. Microsoft beat earnings. They beat top line. They beat bottom line. But the cloud for Azure is slowing down. But they did we talked about this last week. They offered the $30 increase to their AI platform. They have 1.5 billion users. Now, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Microsoft had 1.5 billion users in their system already. Think about this right quick. Facebook had 3.2, Apple has 1.5, Microsoft has 1.5. That's a lot of users, bro. That's a lot of money. All right, watch this. Back to the futures here. Are you paying by the palm? Amazon plans to bring its pay-by-palm system to Whole Food stores by end of the year. So now you're going to just be able to like, yeah, Jose, don't look at me.
No, they got the walk-in drinks already there.
Yeah, oh, I already know. You just walk through them. They got you. You been got, bro. Stay from around me. Stay from around me. You been hit. They got him. You know, like on a, what they call that? Like you been, like, dog, you got hit. You hit. They hit you. They tagged you, bro. You behind enemy lines. Now watch this. So some people saying no thank you. But here's what I'm going to tell you. If you got an iPhone, you already using the face recognition to open the phone up. See? You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, I do it. For some reason, it's quicker than using my hand. I just, face recognition. So what they doing is, watch this. No longer would need a wallet or a phone. It's through Amazon One. At hundreds of locations, it's already available at Panera Bread and Whole Food locations. Amazon One is equal to scanning your face with the iPhone. It captures minute characteristics on your palm and creates a payment palm signature. In 2020, at 2 Seattle stores, Amazon started this project, and now 400 stores have it in the U.S. Every store will have it by end of the year. What y'all gonna do? Let's take a vote, Jose. Are you paying by, OG, are you paying by palm?
Don't have to.
What's your son doing? Are you paying? You young, he want it easy, man. Just pay the palm. Whoop, whoop. I ain't gonna lie, I might figure out, let me shut up. Are you paying by palm? Are you paying by palm? Now, here's the thing. The people saying no, but I wonder how long that's gonna last. Cause it ain't, you already using your face. Like, listen, I just wanna keep it real. Let me just say this to you right quick. Let me just say this to y'all right quick. You ain't got no privacy, no. With the phone, you started with the fingerprint, and then you went to face. They got everything, man. Now, the only thing I'm gonna say I'm not doing, bro, is I'm being real with you. I'm not putting nothing in my body. Like, I'm not putting no chip or none of that. Y'all going a little too far. When I go to clear, I put my eyes. Don't you gotta do that? Clear? What's the difference? What's the difference? If you got TSA or something like that, you already? What's the difference? If you don't got TSA, then you going through the regular stuff, then you still got to get on the thing and they scanning you, fam. You feel me? Bro, they scanning you. They scanning you. All right, so they saying that. So watch this. I'm about to say something gonna make people mad. Nope, I'm not gonna say it. If you got the goddamn shot, then what's the difference? Am I lying? If you got the shot, what's the difference? You trusted him for that? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I making sense? Does that make sense? If you got the shot, what's the difference? Now, here's the cold part. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I quit the job. Before that. Because I wonder what that would have been like working. I wonder if we would have had to get a shot in a plant. I wonder if I'd have had to get a shot working in a plant. Ooh, that would have been tough. You'd have got that pot. You'd have got that shot, cuz. You'd have got that poke. Cuz you let him poke you? The manna was gone. Damn. The manna was gone. Shout out to Natalie for the super chat. Thank you, Queen. OG, so my show run about 2.5 hours. If you ever want to leave, OG, you can dip, yeah? We be having fun, bro, yeah? Damn. I was with Ross. Ross called it the fungus. He talked so funny. He was like, the fungus trap. I was like, nah, bro, I don't know. Why you saying it like that? He was like, the fungus. I was like, why you keep saying it like that, bro? Man, the fungus. All right, let's go a little further, man. All right, so Joe Biden is not backing down, man. So I ain't gonna lie, I kind of commend Joe for this right here, man. So the Biden administration to cancel $130 million in student loan debt for 7,400 borrowers in Colorado. 11 days ago, the Biden administration forgave $39 billion in student loans for 800,000 borrowers. This all comes weeks after the Supreme Court rejecting Biden's plans to cancel $430 billion in student loan debt. The original plan would have impacted 37 million borrowers. Now, I will say this, man, you know, this ain't bad for Joe, man. I understand it's a re-election tool. You know what I'm saying? I understand it's a re-election tool, but anytime you can get, you know, 7,400 borrowers in Colorado, 130 million, you just need to come start. Joe, here's what you need to do, Joe. Some of these inner cities where you was accomplished in that 3 strikes you're outlaw, because you was accomplished in that. Right? In that, damn, OG, what's the name of it? What's the original name of it? 3 strikes you're out. What's the legal name for it? They got another name for it, OG. OG said, yup, that's it right there. OG ain't give me no help just now. What's the name of it, bruh? The 94 crime bill. There we go. I knew I was gonna get it. The 94 crime bill. You, Joe Biden, you have a lot to do with that. So you need to come to some of these urban areas where you was locking people up at in New York, in California, in New Orleans, in some of them places. You need to come to some of them places too. You know what I'm saying? You need to come to, you know, the same people you said you ain't black if you don't vote for me. Some of the, well, you said you wanted to put crack pipes back in the street. Joe, you need to go to some of them communities and you need to go ahead on and give us some reparations in the form of that. Speaking of reparations, Chicago, we was there. I wanted to talk about that while I was there. Chicago was the first state to give out reparations for black people. Chicago. Huh? What? Illinois is the city. Damn, good shit, good stuff, cuz. I said the city, huh? Chicago is the city. I meant to say Illinois. God damn. Bullshit. Chicago was the first. No, California is still, it was still pending. I don't think they gave it yet. They were still pending. I could be wrong. But Chicago, it's a little town outside of Chicago. They gave away, I think it's $11 million. I think it's about $11 million. Give about $11 million. They've been fighting for some years for it. Yep. Evanston, Illinois. That's it right there. Boom. That's it. Thank you, family. I appreciate that. I meant to say Illinois. Yep. They were the first state to do it and pass the law in doing it. And pass the law in doing it. Not Chicago. It's, yep, Evanston, Illinois. They was the first one to do it, and they actually made it like the law. I know California is still doing it, So Joe, that's something you need to do. Joe, you need to push that. Like, you know what you did. You know you locked them dudes up bad. You know you was wrecking people. Here's my thing about us, y'all, and I'm gonna keep it real. I think we too forgiving as a people. I think we too forgiving as a people. I don't think we. Nah, I gotta deal with this all night. Chicago is a city. Man, y'all know I be getting caught up sometime, man. Right? I think we too forgiving as a culture and as a city. I'm saying a city. As a culture and as a community, I think we too forgiving. I think we let politicians get away with stuff, and we say this to each other all the time. People can change. But the person who got the life sentence still doing the life sentence. The family that got broke up behind the 94 crime bill still probably ain't recovered yet. You feel me? So why we can say, and I heard this the most when Hillary Clinton ran for president. They were like, she's so forgiving. We got to forgive her for that. I was like, why? Why? Why do we got to forgive her now because she won't run for president? Why we got to forgive her? Because she was pushing that on Bill. Why we got to forgive Bill for that? I think I'm going to be real with y'all, I think we let a simple, I'm sorry. Here's my analogy to that always, and people don't be agreeing with me. If you take a glass, you throw it on the ground, and you say, I'm sorry, does that put the glass back together? I think we too forgiving to these politicians because they do whatever and say whatever to get in office, and they don't care who they hurt to get in office. You feel me? They don't care who they hurt to get in office. They don't care what they destroy to get in office. And then they get in office, they tell us all these lies. They're going to do this. We're going to help do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then, boom, they get in office. Then they don't do none of that. And so I think we got to start being more demanding of the vote that you have as black people in lower class and working class people in America. We need to make politicians work for the vote. We got to make them work. You got to make them earn your vote. Like, I remember I was watching, I forgot what it was. Maybe it was Selma or something at the end when Oprah Winfrey go to make her vote, and he keep denying the vote, keep making up, what you call it? Speak the Constitution. Made her recite the whole Constitution. He probably didn't even know the goddamn Constitution. And then when she messed one word, like what he said, denied. Like your people had to do a lot. We done endured too damn much in this country to be so forgiving. And that's why on the stock market in the streets, I said we got to go from protesting to lobbying. Because lobbying means you got money, and your money gave your voice some bass. The money gave your voice some bass. And because your voice got bass, because you got money, now you can move some things that need to be moved. Now you can say, no, we're not putting them liquor stores in our community. No, you're not putting them check cashing places in our community. No, you're not putting them clubs in our, no. Go try to put a club in a Jewish neighborhood. Go try to put alcohol in a Jewish neighborhood. It ain't happening. Go to the millionaire white neighborhood. They ain't there either. They're not there. So we got to understand what's destroying our communities. We got to understand what's going to take to revive and rejuvenate our communities. And we got to understand what's in the way. And then we got to understand collectively the power that we have. I said this on the tour. Very rarely will you see one ant by itself. Very rare. Very rare you're going to see one ant by itself. But when you look, you're going to see a whole line of them. You know why? Because they understand their strength in numbers. They understand their strength in numbers. And so if we look at ourselves, you know how much power we got in numbers? You know how much power you know how big our voice is? I'm gonna tell you something. They know how strong our voice is. That's why they muffle our voice so much. That's why they muffle it. Why you think we haven't had another leader like MLK, after Malcolm, Fred? They got rid of Fred early. They know it. He not just bringing the blacks together, he bringing the poor whites and the Latinos together. Now, the government's supposed to do the government's supposed to do. There's always supposed to be a war. War gives reconciliation, but it should never be war on your own people. It should never be war on your own citizens. And one of the things we got to stop doing, I'm going to be real with y'all, in our music, we got to stop promoting violence in our music and then being hurt and being heartbroken when we see what the violence produces. We can't be, damn, not my dog. We can't be, man, I can't believe it took, man, them cowards took. No, the music promotes that. And so many times I done seen pictures of dudes saying, man, RP my dog, this ain't right. But then I go look on dude's page, 8 of the last 10 pictures he had, he got the pistol in his hand. What you think? What the hell that is? We got to change our leaders. We got to change the people we giving our people to look up to. We got to change all that. We got to change all that. We got to stop thinking that it's white for a black dude or a black man to talk a certain way or to read a book. That ain't white, bro. That's, you educated, fam. And guess what? I'm going to keep it. So let me say this right quick. Education got a better success rate of you getting your family out the hood than rapping or playing sports. Say that again. The right education got a better chance at getting you out the hood than rapping or playing sports. For all the people we say playing football, for all the people we say playing basketball, guess how many people are attempting to get there? This is why you see rappers not going to jail for fraud. You know why? Because rapping ain't as profitable as you think it is. Only a select few get there. So now everybody else got to do what? They got to fake it till they make it. They got to fake it. Guess what happens when you got to fake it? You got to be a scammer. You got to be a robber. You got to go hustle. You got to fake it till you get where you going at. And to all my hustlers, in the street, let me say this. Y'all know I come from it. I got my OG up in here. I'm going to tell you something. None of your big homies ain't taught you about prison. Some of your big homies ain't the big homie in prison. None of them going to look out for you or your kids when you in prison. And lastly, the same people who you say you are protecting from the streets, when you go to prison, you leave them to the streets. All right, let's go a little further. I'm gonna leave that right there. I ain't even much gonna dig in that no more. I think I dug in that enough, Jose. Jose, we got 3,000 people in the chat. 2,000 likes? And we need 500 more likes. Let me say this right quick, y'all. Let me say this right quick, too. Check this out. Jose, drop the link to the Apple podcast. Let me say this, y'all. I need y'all to go subscribe to this audio experience. There's not 69 shows better than us. We come on here every week and we give 3 hours, 3.5 hours, 3 hours, whatever the case may be. And I need y'all to do me that favor and help get that show up. I need y'all to when y'all come here, I need y'all to do 2 things for us. I need y'all to take notes and I need you to like it and share it. And then I need you to subscribe to the actual audio podcast on all channels. Now, that don't cost you no money. I got to pay Jose. I got to pay George. I got to pay Brandon. I got to pay Gindy. I got to pay everybody here. I'm just asking you to do something for me for free. That's all. I'm going to pay my team. I just need you to do something for me for free. And that's like this. Get the likes up, y'all. Share this. Subscribe to this. And I need you to go to the Apple Podcast app, and I need you to subscribe and download. But subscribing is the most important thing to me. Subscribe, 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 subscribe. If you got an Android or something like that, I need you to go to Google Play or Spotify. I need you to do that for me. All right, let's go. So right here, the earnings report card. Earnings and revenue, 24% of the S&P 500 has reported. Watch this. Earnings are down by 77.7% from a year ago, and revenue is down 0.7% from a year ago. Why? Because a lot of companies so far are lowering their expectations. But today, Microsoft and Google had great earnings calls. I want to tell y'all something too today. Pepsi increased its dividend to $1.26, up 10% from its $1.12, 15%. That makes 51 straight dividend increases for Pepsi. Pepsi said, show us the money. I like it. OG, how you feeling, man? You in here for the first time?
I'm in the building, man.
What you think about my show, man?
Listen, man, I'm loving it.
What you think about it, King? What you think about my show?
It's cool.
It's cool? I like when the young dudes say that.
He's going to be your next. He's signed up.
Man, let's go, man. Let's get you going. I like it, fam. Anytime you want to come, fam, you come through, you hear me? On the strength. Let's go, man. OG, too, a lot of my homies been hitting me up saying they saw our show, you hear me? They be like, bro, I saw you talking to the OG, you hear me? I like, yeah, man, that's the OG for real. OG inspired me, man. He been trying to get me. I've got to get with him, man. We need to go in them prisons, man. Got to go in them prisons. Let's go a little further, Dave. All right, so watch this, y'all. The re-rock is up. The re-rock is up, man. Netflix adds 5.9 million users after its sharing of its password crumbled. Now watch this. After the password sharing thing, the crackdown, they still added 5.9 million users. Now watch this, Jose. That's after losing 1 million users a year ago. So a year ago they lost 1 million users, and people were saying this is what I be telling people, bruh. And listen, all the while people saying they was done, what we did with Netflix last year. Ran up a check. You know why? Because you can't count. See, when people start telling you a company is done and a company still in there like prime, revenues ain't, bro, how? So I said, no, this company not done. I said, Reed Hastings is going to change the game. And what did he do? He went in, and he became the only profitable streaming company. Hey, they re-rocking. Watch this. Not only did they become the only profitable streaming company, they changed the game from what? They said, no longer is it about subscribers, but it's more about profitability. So watch this. They raised their free cash flow up from $3.5 billion to $5 billion this year. That means they're getting money. They're the only one profitable. They done went from $3.5 billion free cash flow to $5 billion. Watch this. Now last year, shares fell 5.69%. This year, shares are up, and now, of course, it was a $600 stock a year ago. It took a big hit. I can say this, cuz. This will mark my word. It's 2023. Jose, where you at? Mark my word on this. This 2023. Watch this, Jose. by 2026, Netflix will be a $600 stock again? By 2026. Here's why. Now, here's why. Watch me. Watch me break this down, Jose. Watch me break this down. I like to break numbers down. I'm a data's guy. Watch this. Disney is now having extremely rough time right now. Not only Bob Iger is not in trouble with the writers, right? Because he said that the writers are out of their mind for this is what happens when rich white men get on TV. They just say whatever the hell they want to say. They have no, bro, first of all, he's saying this from his mansion with all his woods in the back. So he's sitting there, he's like, yeah, man, these people is out of their mind for striking. Bro, you ain't had to worry about a paycheck in 30 years. You're getting millions of dollars in Disney stock and in compensation. They just extended this time to 2026. How you gonna tell these people when they're the people that write all your movies? So, Disney is having a hard time. They're gonna continue to have a hard time. And watch this. ESPN is not profitable. They're trying to shop that around. So ESPN is a part of Disney. It is losing money and it is losing money bad. So they're trying to make it its own individual thing or they're trying to shop it around. Right? You're trying to shop it around. Watch this. Watch this. So let's take them out. All right? So Disney Plus streaming, that they was losing $1 million a day on it. They were losing $1 million a day on it. That ain't doing too good for them. Guess what they thinking about doing? And didn't I say this a while back? I said this. I said, don't be surprised if Disney do what? Put their stuff back on Netflix. Guess what Bob Iger said? It's an option. It's an option. It's an option. He said it is an option. He said, even though I don't agree with everything with the person after me came and did, I think that it may be an option to put our stuff back on Netflix. Maybe an option. So watch this. Hulu, it ain't working out. It ain't working out. It ain't working out. So Netflix, now Amazon Prime, see Prime is smart. Prime did something so dope. Like, even though Prime got a lot of people, they're not an individual entity. You get Prime because you want next day delivery, but Prime get, you know what I'm saying? Like it's his own thing, but it's not his own thing. Yeah, like you don't just got Prime. You got next day delivery, and the Prime is a byproduct of you having the next day delivery. You feel what I'm saying? Like Netflix, you don't get nothing special. You got Netflix. That's it. But with Prime, you really paying for I need my stuff the next day. It's a bonus that I got this. You feel me? But the way he tied that in, it's like burger and fries. You feel me? It's like burger and fries. Feel me? So watch this. Now Netflix did this. This what I'm taking to be Jose, in 3 years, I need you to put an asterisk mark by this like Barry Bonds, bro. In 3 years, bro, Netflix will be a $600 stock. Mark my word, bro. That ain't it, bro. Bullshit. That ain't it, bro. Watch this. So here's what Netflix did. Here's what Netflix did. Here's what Netflix did. So they came down with the password hacking, right? Now watch this. So now they added a $6.99 tier But that tier has ads on it. So they got the ads, they're interrupted by ads. Then they got a $15.99 tier that don't have no ads. And then they got a $19.99 tier that's premium tier. And watch this. For $7.99, you can add 2 people. Bro, they got multiple tiers now. So now you got the $6.99 person, you're going to have the ads in it. You got the $7.99, you can add 2 people. You got $15.99 ad free, and you got the $19.99 premium. Bro, watch this. As he adds more stuff to it, this is going to be a profit. This is going to be a profit pushing machine, bro. In 3 years, Netflix is going to be a $600 stock. Mark my words. What they said? Man, the people ain't like that quote. Hold on, did y'all hear what Jose said? I don't see it. Jose said a Netflix stock a week won't make things so things won't look bleak. And the crazy part about it, yo, he is cracking himself up. Okay, let's go a little further, man. All right, for a second, man, let's go to a commercial for a second. Let's get a commercial in right quick. Boop, boop, let's get it. Like, we the only one do a live show with this much production. Like, we bar none, we just different. We not in competition with nobody. To see somebody that looks like us talk about stocks, because I had never seen that before.
You know, we buy during the drought, and in recession is the best time to buy.
Someone give me raw and uncut information.
I know how to break down a company. I know how to invest. Being a more confident investor.
That Wall Street does look like us, no cliche.
I would no longer fertilize my fears.
That financial trauma has to be broken. We got to understand that we are more than consumers.
One share at a time can change your life,
What we doing? What we doing?
We're printing money, baby.
Bro. Steve got to create it. Say, bro, Steve, we need an extended version, bro. We got to, Steve, if you're watching this, we need at least another what? 10 seconds? 30 seconds? 30 seconds. We need another 30 seconds. 15 seconds. What'd you say, Jose? Steve, we need 15 more seconds of that, because I just get into the beat and I be like, ooh, yeah. Then you. All right, man, let's go a little further, man. All right, man, so this segment is called Learn the Lingo. This segment is all about helping you understand the jargon that is used. I like that one, Jose. A Netflix stock a week keep you off the street. That one ain't bad. I'm gonna have to remake that one. Everybody wanna come up with stuff now that I made my Apple stock a day, keep the poverty away. Everybody wanna come up with stuff now. All right, let's get into it, man. Learn the lingo. Let's go, man. This week's Learn the Lingo is a common stock. Shares entitled their holding to dividends that vary in amount and may even miss depending on fortune of the company. So basically, when you are buying stock on the market, you are buying the common shares. There's common shares and there's preferred shares. The common shares are the ones that you get when they sell them secondary. Now, preferred shares ultimately go to insiders and sometimes to people who got early or like C-suites, and these have specific dividends and the specific attributes associated with them. So, common shares are what we get as everyday investors. Shout out to common stock. Let's go a little further, man. All right, man, 1-800-TRAPPIN hotline. Let's go, y'all.
Peace. My question for today is about investor identity. So I know you mentioned it, I believe it was last week, and talked about us, as we're learning from you, and as we learn from other people in reference to financial literacy, the importance of not taking on, the identity of the teacher, but establishing your own. So is that something that you were able to do early? How long was it before you were able to really state that you knew what your investor identity was or is? Did that change? And what were some of the factors that influence or impact you being able to define your investor identity? Also just want to say thank you for the Patreon. It has definitely been a blessing. Thank you for Trappers Anonymous. That has definitely been a blessing. And also, as always, shouting out the Carolina Trappers. Appreciate you. Peace.
All right, so what I need to do right quick is I need to run it back one more time so I can grasp it the way I need to. So yeah.
Peace. My question for today is about investor identity. So I know you mentioned it, I believe it was last week, and talked about us, as we're learning from you, and as we learn from other people in reference to financial literacy, the importance of not taking on, the identity of the teacher, but establishing your own. So is that something that you were able to do early? How long was it before you were able to really state that you knew what your investor identity was or is? Did that change? And what were some of the factors that influence or impact you being able to define your investor identity? Also just want to say thank you for the Patreon. It has definitely been a blessing. Thank you for Trappers Anonymous. That has definitely been a blessing. And also, as always, shouting out the Carolina Trappers. Appreciate you. Peace.
All right. I want to make sure I heard it correct because I missed the beginning of it. So the Queen, thank you for that amazing question, Queen. So she's talking about investor identity. How long did it take me? I won't put it in a year's perspective, but once I started being comfortable with the different movements of the market. So once I started being familiar with how the market moved, and I started realizing that the market didn't faze me emotionally. And for as long as for my identity, I think like for day trading, I realized that day trading wasn't really my thing. I enjoyed the idea of buying time, so 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, because the market can move so fast, and it can be, prime example, Thursday and Friday, the market hit hard, but Monday we bounce back, Tuesday we bounce back. And I think we're gonna keep, I think it's gonna reward us. So I realized that the way that I play the options game also marries how I play the long game. So finding my identity, it takes for you to be in the game. But it's not so much as a time because everyone adapts to the game a bit different, if that makes sense. So everyone adapts to the game different. It's kind of like saying all men mature the same. You know what I'm saying? We don't. Some can mature at 21, some at 30, some at 60, some never. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so about the more you play the game and the more you start recognizing certain things, and when you recognize them, they stand out to you. So certain things I see in the market stand out now, and I don't know if it's a actual time. I just think it's the more you get in the game. I hope I answered that for you, but definitely shout out Trappers Anonymous. Why are you buying puts on Carvana? I'm not. Oh, you talking about somebody else. Oh, and shout out to my people in the Patreon. It's a blessing. Listen, shout out to the Patreon group. Shout out to Trappers Anonymous. We got a goddamn tour, y'all. Get y'all tickets to the tour, man. You feel me? Netflix 800 called September 24. Oh, no. Next, let's get another one in, man.
Hey, what's going on, Trap? It's Juan from Jersey, man. Want to thank you for $1 million worth of game, bro. And shout out to Jose for letting me get this question in here. You've been getting to us a lot about getting into position, right? Now, I've been trying to get into position into the tech and industrial sector, but both of those sectors have been running for a little bit, and I feel like they might be a little expensive. But you've also mentioned that just because a company is good, if the share value is too high, it diminishes the value of our investment. So I'm wondering, within the tech and industrial sector, do you think we should still be getting into position even though it's ran so much? Or do you think that we should maybe be a little more patient and wait for a little pullback and then get into position and see how it goes from there? I appreciate it, bro. Waiting on those New York tickets too. I see you at 7, man. Much love. Stay safe. Peace.
What's good, King? What's good, King? I like the relaxed look in the car. Chilling. What's up, chap? From Jersey, you hear me? Definitely, King. So I think it's a little bit of both. So mind you, listen, tech has ran, right? But remember, it's still not back to its. I think it's still not at all. I don't want to mess this up. So remember, the NASDAQ was down 33% last year. The S&P was down 13.6% last year. They just got past those. What I will say is this. There's always a discount somewhere. The goal for you now is to evaluate what's the actual price on it and then find your buying opportunities within that. So you won't be able to get everything at extreme discounts, but I will say when the market gives you those 2, 3, 4, 5, 6% pullbacks, you should have that waiting list ready for you to activate. That's the opportunity for getting it in position. That's what we mean by getting in position. So the market gives you those 2, 3, 4, 5% pullbacks like we had Thursday and Friday. The problem is we are always looking at the same stocks. And because we always looking at the same stocks, that's why we miss other stocks. So that's why it's always important for you to find stocks. So like if you're in the industrial sector, like, man, go look at companies like Fastenal, man. Go look at companies like Granger. Go look at companies like United Rentals, and then once you see those companies, go find some other companies on side of there. You know what I'm saying? Go look at that entire. That's one of the things I'm gonna be breaking down on the tour. Is I'm gonna be breaking down entire industries entire industries, so you can see how a whole entire industry look. So you can see the whole landscape of the industry. You feel what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that's gonna be extremely important on a tour that we're gonna break down. I love that because also when it comes to being in position, should you buy now? So there are opportunities for us. So like for instance, in the group, I put the company Boise Cascade, right? That's a company that nobody didn't really know about that company. But I found that company because I wasn't even looking for it. I was looking for another company and ran across that company as a competitor. And it happened to be better than a competitor. Now, we put that company into maybe a month ago. The people in the Patreon bought it. They like, bruh, because I gave them a stock price on it. They like, bruh, this thing been running since you put it in a group. You feel what I'm saying? So it's actually being able to find those other companies that can give us great returns. Think about a company like Crocs. Nobody wasn't really on Crocs. We put Crocs up there. Boom, that thing went crazy. It's up something, it's crazy this year. Also, look at a company like SAIA, god dang on trucking company. Company up like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Monster Beverage, a company people overlooking. You know what I'm saying? Up like crazy. So what happens is people often overlook, the block bucks. We often overlook the smaller names, looking for the big names, not knowing there are some smaller names that can knock it out the park. You know what I'm saying? That can really knock it out the park. You know what I'm saying? If you go look at the, Dave, put the options recession portfolio up right quick. Yep. So if you look at the recession portfolio, look at this. Nobody was looking at these companies. You know what I'm saying? ATRK been killing it for us. Cellulose, killing us for us. Croc was doing good. Then it went down and did good. TPH, VTRX. These companies, of course, I added these two recently, but even with Eli Lilly, nobody wasn't really on that stock a few years ago, so I started just pumping it. You know what I'm saying? Now we hear about it all the time. So the goal is to find companies that may not be getting as much exposure, but they powerful. You know what I'm saying? And so I hope that makes sense to you, King, because you've been rocking me for a minute, and I remember your face looked familiar. I think we saw it at InvestFest or something. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, man, he came here. All right. To the tour. All right. But his face looked familiar. But also, lastly, I'm not coming to New York, but we coming to Philly. We was having an issue with that, so come to Philly, man. Come check it out, man. Let's lock in, man. All right, next one. Let's go. How many we got, Jose?
Hey, Trap, if I'm looking to change my kids' education accounts to custodial accounts, should I mimic it like my buy and hold, or should I be more aggressive since they're under 10? And for my first options play, should I be focused on a dollar amount, or should I be paying more attention to the open interest volume? Thank you for all you do. I got my tickets for the tour, and I copped the deal that you got going on right now for the Wall Street Trappin course. Peace.
We got a tour. All right, let's go. So, for the kids' education, I don't know if I'll swap it out. I'll just start another one. I would just literally start them a custodial account. We're gonna run up at Philly. So I don't know if it's a swap out, but what I will say is you can definitely be more aggressive because they 10. So that means at least they under 10. So they at least got another 8 years for you to be investing for them. So with 8 years, you can and for them you have to look out 8 years. You know what I'm saying? You have to look 8 years out. So for sure, I would be more aggressive. Like with my daughter, my daughter got 300 shares of Roblox. You know what I'm saying? I'm just aggressive with her. And she's 7, so that means I got 11 years. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have no choice. Even for ourselves, we may not have the long-term vision all the time, but for them, you have no other choice but to think long-term. So definitely write that. And for your, let me see again, for your options, open interest is important. Open interest is important because that tells us how many people are inside of the play, which means there's liquidity there. It means we always have an option to sell it back to the market. You never want to get in an option play that's low in open interest because that means it's harder for you to try to sell that joint back. So those both are important. Dollar matters to me because I always want to get it at a cheaper price. I always want to get I always want to get it at a cheaper price, and so that matters to me. So both of those, Queen. Both of those, Queen. Great question, man. I love that question, man. We got a tour, y'all. 6-city tour, man. Let's go, man. Get your tickets, get your tickets, get your tickets. All right, let's go a little further.
What's going on, Trap? I'm going to get right to it. My question's about Shake Shack, the company out here in California. Currently, they're up 90% year to date. Institutional ownership is at 89%, and they're looking to grow and open more locations every year. I think it's a great company currently out here. Just from in person, they're always packed. It looks like a growing company to me. I was looking to get your thoughts on it, Trap. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
First of all, bro, that's why my package is late. That's why my package is late, dog. You hear me? My package is late because I ordered next day delivery, and you trying to ask me about Shake Shack, bro. Nah, I'm joking. Definitely, you better own Amazon stock, though. That's what you better own, my guy. You better own that Amazon stock. Bro, on the real, though, I love Shake Shack. I think I've owned it now for about 2 years. I think I got in it probably like $54. So the old Trappin' Tuesday when Trap used to have a red cup. We talked about Shake Shack. I've owned it now for about 2 years. I think I probably own like 150, 200 shares of it. I owned it for a long time. I actually think it has more growth, way more growth than McDonald's. It was the first company that I saw that didn't have no cashiers. It was the first company that I went to for, they had no cashiers. They had no cashiers. You just go there, boop, 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 boop. This was 2 years ago. They had no cashiers. You just go, boop, 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 boop. George ate the chicken sandwich the other, he said, boy, what is this? I said, that thing juicy, huh, cuz? Nah, bro, I like Shake Shack. I think it's a long holder. I actually think it's a 5-year hold, at least, because they have so much growth in it. They have so much growth. They have so much growth in that business, man. So, yep, I think I've owned it since like $54, man. And I haven't even paid attention to it. I actually bought more last year. I bought more last year. So, yep, rock with that Shake Shack, family. Good pick right there. But it got to be a long-term perspective. And they got a lot of growth. They got a lot of stuff they got to do. That is a own it. Definitely. That is people talking about Kava is the next Chipotle. I think they over-exaggerating for sure. But I can easily say that Shake Shack, 3 years, $200 stock. Let's go, man. What we got next? I think they should have had one more of those. And I think he cut that a little too short. Today, I think you need to add one more round of the because that thing is a vibe. Or maybe I'm just being greedy. All right, man, y'all already know, man, this is Flush It or Flip It. I'm not gonna lie. This is starting to become like the favorite part of people's Trappin' Tuesdays. People love Flush It or Flip It. And this time we went a little deep. We got like 11 companies on the list. So let's get to it, man. All right, man, Flush It or Flip It. Let's go with it, baby. Wait, we cut some companies off. Steve cut some companies off. He didn't want to have all that. We had about 12. I said about 12. I was feeling good. He said, nah, dog, you telling me it's too late for me to put 15. I had like 14 companies on there. You feel me? All right, so let's get into it, man. Flush it or flip it. Let me see what he got on here that I don't have. All right, Google. All right, man, right now, man, Google just reported earnings. Earnings beat on the top line. Earnings beat on the bottom line. YouTube revenue is up. Cloud revenue is up. AI, I think Google will be the number 2 biggest player in the AI game. Google, are we flushing it or are we flipping it? 95%, we're going to go ahead on and make some money. All right, next, Microsoft. Microsoft beat on the top line, beat on the bottom line, but Microsoft did say that the Azure cloud revenue is slowing down. We just reported that Microsoft is actually making some goggles for the Army, but here's what I will say. With 1.5 billion users, I will say that Microsoft, because they lost, watch what I'm about to say, because they lost their battle with Amazon Web Service to the government, they will not lose at being one of the top 3 companies in the AI industry. Microsoft, flush it or flip it. I'm with y'all. All right, Texas Instrument. This is a great company known for the calculators. This company is actually going to be a part of the AI revolutionary game, but also they are a huge component with the calculator that you have on your phone with Apple. The calculator on your Apple phone? Texas Instrument. Apple actually makes up about 21% of their revenue as well. Texas Instrument, flush it or flip it. I like it. I ain't mad at them. All right. Tomorrow, Meta. We got the biggest social media site in the world. with 3.3 billion users. They got Reels making money. We're going to see what they're going to do with Threads. Mark Zuckerberg laughing at Elon Musk. How we feel? Meta, report earnings tomorrow. Flush it or flip it. Ooh. Do it. Got my thing with that, Jose. No, I think it went off, dog. Hold up, y'all. We having technical difficulty. Come help me out, Jose. Huh? There ain't nothing. Hold up, y'all.
Hold on, there we go. Coming back.
God damn. This what happens when you do something on live. Let me see. There we go. 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 You heard my, look what I said. Today. Today. Let's go, man. We gonna flip it. All right. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Let me see something right quick. Let me see something right quick. Yeah, I gotta check this stat right quick. I was supposed to check it before, but I didn't do it. All right, Skechers, right? Engages in the marketing, design, development of footwear for men and women. The wholesale segment includes department stores, full shoe stores, specialty running, sporting goods development, direct-to-consumer segment. The company was founded by Robert Greenberg in 1992, known for its skateboard department. Skechers, flush it or flip it. Y'all saying flush it? I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm gonna skate all the way to the bank on y'all. The company is up 100% in 5 years. The company is up 36% in a year. See, I told y'all. See, y'all, I know what y'all doing. Y'all looking at it saying them little white kids and them little Japanese kids be having, but y'all don't know. This a cash cow. It's a cash cow. Y'all ain't know. Y'all ain't know. Y'all ain't know. All right, Exxon Mobil. Listen, Exxon just had the oil industry is doing really well. Exxon competitor Chevron, they up this year's second largest oil company in the game. How do y'all feel? Exxon Mobil. Flush y'all. Flush y'all. Flush y'all. Flush y'all. Flush y'all. Hey, right quick before we go any further, since we saying flush y'all, Joe, let me get 2 animal sounds. 2 cows. That ain't how those cows sound, dog. Let me get my cows, dog. Nah, bro, come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be sour. Don't be sour. Don't be sour. Let me get my. Say, cuz, let me get my animal sound. Say, cuz, let me get my 2 animal sound, bro. Be a good sport, bro. Be a good sport, cuz. Why you strapping your shoes up, cuz? Why the man tying his shoes? Say, cut. Say, cut. Let me get my 2 cows, bro. Damn. I can't get my 2 cows, dog? Man, that wasn't no 2 cows, dog. That's supposed to be. Let me get my 2 cows. That's how I get my cows? I sign your checks. Sign your checks. I'm going to get them out there then, yeah? All right, so that was on my, I felt good about that, yeah? He lost a bet. He lost a bet. He lost that bet to me, Jose. He lost that bet. He lost that bet. It came out of nowhere, too, huh? right, let's go a little further. All right, Boeing. Boeing is the ¡1 aircraft manufacturer in the game. I don't got sketches on right now. It's the #1 manufacturer in the game. They actually took a big hit in maybe 2017, 18. They've been fighting for their life since then. And they've been trying to figure it out. They haven't been doing too bad. They actually coming up again. Tell me how y'all feel about it, man. Boeing. Tell me how y'all feel about it. Boeing, flush it or flip it? Y'all want to flip Boeing? 62%. Ooh. B, what you think? How you feel, George? We're gonna flip Boeing. We ain't gonna. They making a run. All right, man. Chipotle. Man, y'all already know, man, the #1 avocado maker, man. Give me the guac, right? The avocado bowl's been going crazy, man. Chipotle is a lifestyle brand for the health enthusiasts around the world, man. Flush it or flip it. How y'all feel about it, Jose? We gotta flip Chipotle. Dude, it's been a good day. All right, watch this. Short term. Mattel. The Barbie movie. Going crazy. It's a horrible stock. The stock has performed like trash. This movie has revived them. How long can they ride this? Mattel. They say they got the Hot Wheels movie coming out next. They say they about to drop. How y'all feel about Mattel? Flush it or flip it? Man, we flushing that. We don't care about no goddamn Barbie. We don't care about no goddamn Barbie. We don't care about no damn Barbie. Crocs. Come on, man. The Crocs, I feel like Crocs got a whole little, like, community of people. You feel me? Like, huh? Bro, like, they just wear Crocs. Like, my daughter got somebody like, where you get them from? Like, they come in different flavors and sizes and designs. Some got pins on them. Some got fur on them. Some leather. I'm like, what the hell? So I think they got a whole little community of people that just buy designer Crocs. Crocs, flush it or flip it? Man, we gonna flip Crocs. I ain't even going against that trend. And that's it. That's it. Steve cut me short, yeah. Play the intro one more time, man. One more time for the intro. Let me hear it. Like that. Shout out to Jose and George, man. Listen, I own Crocs. So I ain't mad at it. All right, man, we go a little first. So this segment is called Breaking Down a Brick. Man, with this segment here, man, we like to take one company, we like to break it all the way down so that you can understand what it is that you buying, so that you understand the company the way that you probably didn't understand it. This week, we are breaking down, drum roll please, boom, Harley Davidson. Ticker symbol HOG, HOG. Listen, man, engaged in the manufacturing and sale of custom cruisers and touring motorcycles. It operates through the following segments: motorcycles, related products and financial services, motorcycles and related products segment, design and sell wholesale on-road Harley Davidson motorcycle, as well as motorcycle parts, accessories, general merchandise, and related services. Company Harley Davidson. Let's go a little further, man. All right, so, man, the performance, man, the 5-year P ratio, 22 at 10.26%. 5-year ROIC, It's less than 9. It is 7.33%. Shares outstanding, minus 13. Cash flow growth over the last 5 years, minus 539 million. Net income growth over the last 5 years, 338 million. Revenue growth over the last 5 years, 489 million. Long-term liability, the 5-year free cash flow is 7.66. 5-year price to free cash flow is 6.66. I'm gonna keep it real with you. This is not a good money producing business. Let's go a little further. All right, so we look at it, man, their current ratio, they got some cash on hand with their current ratio at 1.72, meaning working capital is good. The debt to equity is 5.96. Debt to EBITDA, 5.96 is horrible. Interest coverage ratio, meaning they can at least pay their debt, is at 31.61, and debt servicing ratio is at 5.69, which means they got debt, but they can pay the debt through operating cash flow. Let's go a little further. All right, right here, man, price to earnings versus peers is good. Price to earnings versus the industry is good. Price to earnings to fair ratio is good. Below fair value, nope. Significant below fair value, nope. Analyst forecast is pretty good. Hawkers trading have grown by 10% over the last 5 years. The earnings growth over the last year is up 34%, exceeds its 5-year average. And the earnings growth over the past year is exceeding the auto industry by 5.1%. Let's go a little further. Also, let's just take a little look down at where it's at. Harley-Davidson Motor Company makes up 84% of the brand. Harley-Davidson financials make up about 14% of the brand, and LiveWire makes up 0.8% of the brand. So the motor vehicle part of it makes up about 89% majority of the business. The finances mean they do all their in-house finances. They don't go outside. Operating, so again, we're looking at it. The Harley part is 56%. Other segments make up 1.3%. Harley-Davidson Motors, 3.8%. Harley-Davidson, and that's just showing the geographical evidence by revenue, man. Let's go a little further. All right, so here's what I want to stop before we go further, man. Harley-Davidson as a company, when I was just looking at it, I was just like, this is not a company I like, but of course I like to just, I like to put companies out there so we can understand that these companies are also on the market. We don't gotta buy them though. If you in the Patreon, I have a price point for y'all tomorrow on that. Let's get to it. All right, so this is the Wealth Track, man. The Wealth Track is when I talk about find verses, and remember, y'all can DM me verses. I think somebody actually DM me this, and I liked it. It gotta be about investing. It gotta be about wealth. You got to be on that type of level, man. Let's go a little further, man. All right, so Big Sean said, divorce from being broke, yeah, I need the separation to make the paperwork for me and my administration. He really said that, my administration. And one of the reasons why I like that is because just if we break that down, divorce from being broke, I need that separation, meaning we come from poverty, we come from broke, we come from, homes that were financially insufficient. And he had to just separate from that. And I like that he ain't go into like spending money and doing something. He said, to make the paper work for me and my administration, me and his homies. So, which means in order to make the money work for you, you gotta what? Invest in a business. You gotta what? Invest. You gotta build businesses. You gotta do separate things. So I definitely enjoyed this verse. Something simple, nothing crazy, but something cool. Again, divorce from being broke. Yeah, I need that separation. Trying to make the money work for me and my administration. Shout out to Big Sean for the Wealth Track. Let's go a little further. All right, y'all, so we're going to get into it tonight, man. This is something important to me when we talked about wise words from the OG. We like to get into me just having a conversation with y'all. And me, we come in, we have fun, we laugh, we joke. But the overall goal is to help you build legacy. The overall goal is to give this stock market game, give the financial game a new twist, a new feel. And as I've been on a journey and I've realized that we live in an America that it has more concern for the people at the top than the people at the bottom. And yet, again, we want it to be a United States of America. Healthcare shouldn't be a luxury. It should be your birthright as a citizen in this company. But yet we have companies that are hundreds of billion-dollar companies that are increasing what we pay for the medicines that are sicknesses that are designed by the foods and that is designed by the intake of products that the companies have been feeding us. And we saw a couple weeks ago where Joe Biden put in a law that gave people who were on Medicaid, it gave Medicaid the power to slash prices, and we saw companies like Merck, we saw companies like Johnson & Johnson, we saw companies like Bristol Myers. We saw these companies file a lawsuit against the Biden administration because they said, nope, why are you cutting, why are you having the power to slash these prices on these products that we developing? We talking about healthcare. We talking about every person in America. Like, healthcare shouldn't be a luxury. Like, we shouldn't be able to get good healthcare because you got health insurance. You shouldn't, you should be able to get taken care of because you're a citizen of America. Right? Education. Right? Education is a billion-dollar industry. The cost of going to college far exceeds what some people will get from an actual salary from what they're going to college for. How can America want to have the best technology? How can America want to have the best anything when watch this, the same big companies that we invested in, they are sending the workforce outside of America, but they are making America their biggest market. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? I'm just keeping it real. How does that make sense? A lot of these billion-dollar companies and trillion-dollar companies, they're sending their products to China. They're sending their products to India to get produced, but they come back here and selling it for top dollar. But why aren't the jobs itself in America? Well, because they're gonna have to pay more for labor in America. So what? So what? So what? So what? War is necessary for countries to thrive, but never should the war be against the people in the country. Do you know that the first bomb that America ever dropped were on its own citizens? That's right. It's a fact. The first bomb that America dropped was on its own citizens. But at that time, they didn't call us citizens. They didn't recognize us as that. Hard work should always be the key to advancement, and it should be rewarded. But in a land of trillion-dollar companies and billionaires, the poverty level, the crime, the lack of education, it shouldn't be so drastic. Like, I don't have a problem with a person being a millionaire. I don't have a problem with a person being a billionaire. But at the same time, when we just did stock market in the streets, when we go into all these communities, we seeing poverty at all-time highs. At one point, we driving a truck and the dude stopped. I say, bro, don't you stop this truck. You tripping. We seeing homeless people living in communities. But yet we got people like Bob Iger sitting on his multi-million-dollar house with all of his nice scenery in the back, and he telling people they making the problem worse because they won't get paid more for what they do. We seeing running backs right now in the NFL saying they not getting paid their value and they got a hard job. There shouldn't be such a big discrepancy in this America, yet it's the land of the free, so-called, land of the brave, so-called, land of the opportunity, so-called, but yet America is somehow always at war with its own people. That's what I'm saying. How is this quality of life so lopsided? Why is it that some people can experience a plethora of luxury, and yet some people have normalized poverty? This is America. This is America. And so my saying is always, we should not give them the opportunity. We should dig in our own. We should understand what our worth and our value is. And I said this on the stock market in the streets. America's wealth has been tied to the backs of slaves in America. America's freedom, America's advancement was driven by 400 years of free labor. And so when I invest in the stock market, it's definitely my idea of making America build my wealth for me. And all I gotta do is find the right companies to put my money in and let them do the heavy lifting. This is my, and I'm not saying nothing against it, but this is my reparation. That's why I love this game so much. It's personal to me. It's personal to me. I haven't did a thing. I haven't did a thing to advance Facebook, but I have bought it. And I've bought the stock plenty of times. I haven't did a thing to help NVIDIA. I haven't did a thing to print money in the options. I haven't did a thing for any of those companies, but take my hard-earned money and put it in those companies, let those companies work for me. This is why I love the stock market, because I'm getting paid off the hard work of America. That's why this game means so much to me. That's why this game is so important to me. In my mind, imagine if I can get every dude who I knew about hustling, who knew about dope dealing, because I come from that culture. Imagine if I can get all of them, and I'm going to say this on TV, imagine if I can get all of them to say, bro, don't sell no more dope, don't sell no more heroin, don't sell nothing. Take all that drug money and just put it in the market. I don't care if I'm on TV or not. Just put it in the market. Go flush all the dope. Go flush it all. Flush it all. All y'all take the dope money, y'all just put in the stock market. Flush it all. Don't sell no more dope, fam. You ain't gotta rob no banks, fam. You ain't gotta rob no banks. You ain't gotta sell no dope. You ain't gotta scam. In my mind, like we are shifting. We are pivoting to something that can truly put us back in the game. And I truly feel like we're not taking advantage of it, because when we have the opportunity to do what's easy, we got to choose the hard way. We got to choose that. We got to choose that. And we not choosing it, we choosing the easy way. And that's why I go back to the Proverbs 1:30, 1:33, when it says, I want to see that, I want to say that the right way, because I want y'all to, when I read it, I was like, damn, this is good. I want to say that the right way. I want to say it the right way. Watch this. It says, it's this. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of the fools shall destroy them. For the turning away from the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of the fools shall destroy them. Think about that. Turning away from the simple. And there's a big difference between being slayed and being destroyed. There's a big difference. Being slayed is I'm getting a butt whooping. Being destroyed means my demise. Let's dig a little deeper into that. Turning away from the simple shall slay them. Turning away, like investing is really simple. It's learning how to take my money and put my money into something that can increase the money. What is your personal return on invested capital? Meaning I can take $1 and turn it into $5. I can take $1 and turn it into $15. I can take $1 and turn it into $20. Right, watch this. Apple's ROIC is 33%, meaning they can turn $1 into $34, meaning they can turn 1 million into 34 million, meaning they can take 100 million and turn it to what? 300 and what? What is your ROIC? So watch this. And then the next part says, and the prosperity of the fools shall destroy them. Okay, what is the prosperity of the fools? When we dig into the prosperity of the fools, we saying, what? Watch this. We're going on Instagram. We're going on social media. We're letting the people around us sell us on a dream, sell us on a life that isn't real. And I'm going to dig into this part. When we looking at a lot of rappers, because I'm gonna just keep it real. The rappers and the entertainers have always been the leaders of the culture. Once we got outside of Martin Malcolm, they've dictated what we wear. They've dictated what we thought was cool. They've dictated what we thought was fly. So watch this. We're seeing so many rappers right now go to jail for fraud and foolishness and guns and murder. Like, why are they portraying that image? Because to be successful, the fool's prosperity, you have to look a certain way. You have to maneuver a certain way, right? They're influencing the culture. So what happens when you have people who are influencing the culture that ain't really real? The influence ain't tied to nothing of substance. We need new influencers. We need new influencers. We need new influencers. We need new people that can tell our young boys, yo, you don't gotta be a murderer, fam. You don't gotta be, even though you come from murder, even though you saw killing, even though you saw robbing, even though you saw destruction, just because you've been in that environment, don't mean you have to be that environment. It's okay. It's okay to be a grandfather. It's okay. It's okay to think about getting married. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. To my queens, like, it's okay. It's okay to be a wife. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, you don't gotta always tell them that. Like, you don't always gotta show them everything. I'm keeping it, like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Like, we gotta set new standards for ourselves. We gotta set new standards for our community, because watch this. If we not setting a new standard, then what is it that the people coming from behind us gonna look up to? What happens? Like, if we don't set the standard, what is it that the next generation gon'... Listen, the reason why we had watch this. The reason, and it's my own personal belief, but the reason why we had so many revolutionaries in the 60s and 70s, because that's all they saw. You had the Panthers, you had Huey, you had them. H. Rap Brown, Mumi Abu Jamal. That's what they saw. You had no choice but want to be a part of the movement because that's what you saw. You saw the movement. You saw the movement. You saw progression. You saw unity. You saw men and women fighting for something. You saw people that look like you. You saw people that come from, you saw it. Oh, but we not riding the bus? Bet we ain't gonna ride the bus then. Guess what? 18 months, ain't nobody riding the bus. Guess what happened after that? The bus got their mind right. We saw it. You better not get on that bus. We saw it. And so what happens is that's the power of influence. That ain't the that's the power of influence. What are we have now? This ain't just started though. I keep telling y'all, KRS-One didn't run out of raps. He ain't run out of raps. Public Enemy, they ain't run out of raps. Queen Latifah, she ain't run out of raps. They ain't run out of raps. But somebody understood that the influence is in the music. We gotta, at some point, like I ain't tripping, but we gotta get tired of hearing murder. And I ain't got nothing against my rappers. I get it. Like I get it. You won't get on. But rap about us. Rap about how you want to change us. Rap about how you want to improve the community that you come from. Rap about how you want to help get dudes off the corner, not put them in a grave. Because watch this. Here's how the game go. If I put money, the music industry play a game of numbers. If it's 15 of y'all that want to rap about murder and guns, guess what? If I lose on 15 of y'all, at least one of y'all gonna pop off for me. But watch this. The 15 of y'all all got some type of influence. The 15 of y'all are gonna plant seeds about murder, drugs, guns, violence, disrespecting the women. The 15 of y'all gonna plant them seeds. And if it ain't y'all 15, y'all gonna give birth to one of them that's gonna make me all my money back. So if I can let 15 or 20 of y'all rap about that, y'all gonna, if it ain't none of y'all, at least y'all gonna give birth to one of them that's gonna make me 100 million and I'm gonna get all my money back. But what you did is you've created a bunch of y'all that think and see the same way that y'all see. We gotta understand that it's a whole game being played. In order for the pawn to become a king or a bishop or a rook or a knight, it gotta get to the other side of the board. But guess what? The pawn is the most sacrificed piece on the board. The pawn got the hardest life. You gotta graduate from a pawn to a king, a pawn to a bishop, a pawn to a rook. You can't just be a pawn and be cool with being a pawn. So it's the reason why people like James Baldwin was so important. It's the reason why people like Malcolm was so important. It's the reason why, it's a reason. So we gotta give people, we gotta give them something to follow. So for me and my team and everybody that is helping me build this, that's building this with me, like we understand the mission. Stock market in the streets was us saying this our mission. We grassrooting, this our mission. This our mission. We in the streets with it. We gonna come shoot Trappin Tuesday, and we gonna be in the streets with it. This our mission, because like I told it earlier, if you crack the egg from the outside, you kill a life. If you crack the egg from inside, you give it life. Well, we going inside the hood to give life. We going inside the community to give life. We going inside where the most work need to be done at to give life. And we ain't going just to look good. We ain't going just to create content. We spending 3 hours. We taking all the pictures. We talking to all the people. We there. We bringing water. When people fall out, we calling the ambulance. We putting them on the ambulance. We making sure that we come and do the work as much as we can. We come and be a part of the solution, not the problem. Here's what I want to say. I'm going to show you how God is with us. We went in the depths of the communities, ain't had not one interaction, one altercation, one fight. The dude, my security got mad, cause one in the hoods we went to, the dude said, Trap, you don't even need security, you so good around here, cause you doing work and your name good. Print the money, y'all. Change the beliefs, get the education, execute, improve the standards, improve the values, and set the standards. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trappin, man, episode 53. It's a clinic. I love it. I love y'all. And y'all know y'all can catch us again next week, same time, same place. Listen, Jose about to drop the tickets. Man, get your tickets to the tour. Let's change the game. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't got no celebrities. I don't got no big names. Nothing against nobody. I'm just coming for me because I feel like I won't get a game. I feel like I got the information. I got the ability to break it down. I got the ability to connect the dots. I got that. And when it comes to the stock market talk, I don't care who you is, but nobody can do it better than me. It is what it is. We gonna stand on that. If you can, come here with me. It ain't a competition. I just know what I do. And I know what I'm good at. I know what I practice on. I know what I study. It's my craft, and I don't take it lightly. God gave you a gift, you gotta unleash the gift. You stop harboring the gift. And watch this. You don't always do the gift about money. Your gift ain't got nothing to do with money. Stock market in the streets, I came out of my pocket and paid for my team. Guess what? I wasn't even tripping. Because we wanted to serve. So I want y'all to just understand that, man. Get your tickets, come to the tour, man. It's gonna be lit. And I think for the VIP package, the big one, we doing a dinner. We gonna take it to, I think we doing a dinner. We ain't even much doing like the just meeting. We doing like a dinner. Let's get a private room. Let's eat. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's 5 people or 50 people. Let's eat. Let's grub. Let's connect. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like we on that connect work right now. We won't connect. We won't, and I'm gonna tell you why I won't connect. Because when I look at, like when I remember going, I was saying this a couple weeks ago, when I went by my Aunt Glow house, you know, she had pictures of Martin Luther King in there. When I went and they remembered the experience they had with King. Now, in no way, shape, form, I'm comparing myself to such an elite man. What I'm saying is, when you want to work with the people, you got to connect to them. You can't be up here saying, I'm for the people, and I want the people to do this, and I want to do this with the people, but you can't never be with the people. You scared to be with the people that you say you want help. So I'm here. So get your tickets to the Recession Tour. August 1st, Atlanta, you up first. That elite VIP gonna be crazy. Get your tickets. But more than that, man, thank y'all for coming back every week. We on episode 53, man. We got 53 more years to go. We gonna be here. Somebody gonna have to knock me from behind this desk before I leave, you heard me? Jose put the link into the podcast part, the audio. Man, do me a favor, y'all. Man, y'all go sign up. Y'all subscribe to that, man. And after that, man, I'm gone, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night, man.